Hello, good morning. This is Fluent Future. As you can see, uh, I'm on my rooftop doing my regular stuff. So what happened last night is I got a very little sleep, and I had plenty of nightmares for some reasons. What should I say about my nightmare? The funny thing is, when I woke up this morning, I couldn't remember a single thing. I just remember I had some scary dreams last night, and that's it. And now I feel like kind of down. Usually in the morning I feel pretty fresh and everything, but today it's kind of different. So when I woke up, I thought maybe I should skip today's morning walk. After that, I went back to sleep, but I tried for 15-20 minutes, but I couldn't. So I said, well, what the heck? Let's go to the rooftop and let's speak to you fine people. So if you see me a little bit off, think of it like, well, what happens? Lack of sleep or something. Well, speaking about lack of sleep, I had this sleep problems for a long time. That's why I have to maintain a perfect routine every day. I think it's my wife's fault yesterday. So what happened yesterday evening, I was studying and reading something, and my wife said that she wanted to go out and have dinner outside in a restaurant or something. I said, okay, let's go. So we dressed up and we went to a local restaurant and we ate. I think there is something in the menu. Actually, what happens, I don't like to eat outside because of the processed food and the ingredients. I don't know what they're cooking. My preferred meal is a homemade meal. My wife cooks and I eat. Although I never eat rich food rich with calories or carbs. You got my point. Besides, I'm trying to lose some weight also. Speaking about losing weight, I'm gonna touch a subject today I think everybody should listen to. It's about painkillers and side effects. I won't use the word addiction because people might get the wrong idea. So last year I had an accident and I injured my leg. After the leg injury, actually it was a gym accident. I was lifting a heavy weight, maybe more heavy than I could ever lift, but I lifted it anyway. And first I couldn't understand anything, but after I came to my house the next day, I had this terrible pain on my foot. I couldn't stand up on a flat surface. Let's just put it that way. So I was like, wow, what happened to me? I usually never get sick, and now I have this pain out of the blue. I mean, what's going on? Then I stopped going out. Well, I had to, because I was unable to walk or even let alone lifting weight. So I stayed home for a couple of days for my foot to heal, but unfortunately it didn't heal, and I went to the doctor. I already told you that time to time I suffer from depression, and I'm on SSRI for it's been a long time. SSRI stands for selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor. It's antidepressant medication. People who are seriously depressed without any reason, doctors usually prescribe this kind of medicine, and it works pretty well. I don't get depressed, but time to time, depression comes back. I guess every adult individual at some point in their life will face this problem. And well, while I'm on medication, the medication is kind of weird, because if you start to take the medication, the effects starts after 4 to 6 weeks. So you have to stick to your medication. Although I hate medication, they make me groggy. So let's get back to my foot pain. So after that, I went to a doctor for my foot, and he gave me a lot of tests and everything. So what happened is, in the x-ray and other tests, they found out that I have damaged a nerve beneath my foot. So I was having this pain, and doctor told me to take rest, and they didn't give me any painkiller. They told me to go to therapy or something like physiotherapy, and I did it for a couple of weeks, but my pain was getting worse. I went to the doctor again, and he prescribed me 2 painkillers. One was mild opioid based painkiller, and the other one, I'm not gonna mention the name, neither of them, because people might try those medication and get hooked. So I did tried those pain medication, and that medication worked. The pain went away. Like I remember, I think the first dose I took after my dinner, and in the morning I didn't feel any pain. So I started to take the pain medication. I tried to stop, but if I stop, the pain comes back. and when the pain comes back, it comes back with a vengeance. So I had no other choice but to take the painkillers. Well, let me speak a little about the painkillers. One was a synthetic opioid, but it's not as strong as Oxycontin or Roxy or Vicodin, which usually doctor prescribed if I was in the United States. And I've seen in the news that this kind of medication is having a huge addiction epidemic in the United States as we speak. So I didn't know that at that time. This sort of information never came to me. So I was regularly taking the painkiller to kill the pain. And like after 1 month, I think the doctor told me to try the painkillers for a week. But since I was, physiotherapy, going to the therapist is a goddamn pain in the neck. So I stick to my painkiller, and I was having a so-called normal life. No exercise though. I could walk again. I could go out again. But let's just say it's not a cure. It's a temporary, what should I say, band-aid. And after that, I tried to do some research about the medications. And what happened, those pain medication, what I found that the medication I was taking is highly addictive. When I found out about the addiction potential of this medication, I said, oh boy, I might be in deep trouble. I should stop like as soon as possible. As soon as possible. And I stopped. And I stopped. My pain came back with a vengeance again. And this time it's more intense. More intense. I was overwhelmed with pain. And first time in my life I found out that I can't actually handle. Some people may handle pain pretty well, but other people, like me, have difficulties when it comes to physical pain. So where was I? Oh yeah, I was. So I quit the medication and thought of starting the therapy again. So I didn't take any medication that night. When I found out that these painkillers have addiction potential, and what happened the next day in the morning when I woke up with a severe headache, with terrible nausea. I feel like I'm gonna get sick, or I might throw up. And although I was not hoping that this kind of adverse reaction from the medication, but well, what are you going to do? I was taking the medication for at least 20 days. And that 20 days, since it was a synthetic opioid, I was somewhat addicted to painkillers. So Now my goal became from removing the pain from my foot to removing this severe addiction problem in only 10 days. When I think about it, it's been 1 year. I'm completely okay now, but I'm just saying that if you get injured or if you have pain for whatever reason, accidents or whatever, do not take painkillers. If you have to take painkillers, make sure that it's not I'm sorry. What happened last night, time to time, last night I couldn't get a good night's sleep. I think because of my, heavy eating last night. Usually, I prefer my dinner to be very light, very, very light. And whenever I have a heavy dinner, I have this sleeping problems. Anyway, sleeping problems, well, that I can handle. You can see me, right? Sleeping problem I can handle, but this terrible nausea and I feel like my whole world is spinning. But I promised myself I'm never gonna touch those pain medication no matter what, and I never did. So I'm sorry. It's just I'm walking a little bit fast today, and the phone I was almost dropped the phone on the floor. So what happened? I stick to my plan. I took it as a man, and I went through a terrible withdrawal for a month. Every morning I had nausea, I had morning sickness like a pregnant woman, and there are other things also. I couldn't concentrate on anything, and I had this terrible urge to get back to pain medication again. As an educated person, I know that if I do that, that would be like committing suicide or something. So, you know what? I didn't do that. And that's why I feel free. Although I didn't get a good night's sleep last night, in the morning I feel fresh. I will be even fresher when I'll take a shower and have my breakfast. So the point I was trying to make is painkillers are bad for you. Don't never try them. Even if your doctor prescribes you, ask your doctor about the side effects, whether it's an opioid painkiller or what others say. I forgot the name of the chemical, like paracetamol or Advil or Tylenol. Those are not that addictive, but the other stuff, oh boy, don't even think about it. It will give you nightmares. Even now, I mean, what I wanted to say, it will give you nightmares. after if you quit. So the moral of the story is stay away from medication if you can. Well, at some point, I know we have to take life-saving medication, but just be careful when it comes to pain medication. And through my research, I found out that I think it was a Canadian company, Purdue, that's the name of the company, which is responsible for the opium epidemic in the United States, which is ongoing right now. So what did they do? My painkiller is medium strength painkiller, and they start to produce this painkiller, which is enormously strong. And you know what? I don't feel like talking about it. Let's take the subject to somewhere else. Yesterday I was talking about the movie Avatar 2, to be more precise. And when Jim Cameron announced that there will be a sequel to Avatar 2, I think it was in 2010 or 12, can't remember. This is 2023, almost a decade ago. So we were waiting as a movie lover, and there was no news of any sequel. There was no casting, no nothing. So after waiting 6-7 years, we fans pretty much gave up on getting a new Avatar movie. But in our surprise, Jim Cameron did deliver. And before its release, there were rumors that this time the movie will be in glassless 3D, so that people can watch it easily. Well, turns out that that technology, glassless TV, is still in its, not TV, glassless screen or TV, whatever you call it, it's still its prototype phase. It's not ready yet. Maybe he will make the third installment of this movie with this technology. And the time he takes to make each movie, it's like too much. Like, for example, I made a movie 1 year in a random year, for example 1999, and the second part comes out at 2015. How do you feel? I was deep down in me, I was getting mad at him, and I thought that movie will never succeed. And he came out, I mean, Mr. Jim Cameron came out, and he said that for the movie to break even, it has to earn $2 billion. It's not M, it's B for billion. So it was a huge challenge, and critics are all over. Some people were saying that, okay, this time the sequel will be really great. Other people were skeptic like me. I thought, well, I think the story ended over there. Why make a part 2? My first reaction was it was the studio's idea as a form of a cash grab. But no, after watching the movie, I realized that it was Mr. Cameron's idea. If you have seen both the movies back to back, you'll see there is a flow in the film. It never feels like that you're watching two movies. The only problem is if you watch the extended version of part 1, and the Way of Water, I just saw the theatrical version. Extended version usually gets longer runtime. So both the movies are, like, if you want to watch back to back, is 6 hours, and investing 6 hours in one day in a movie is kind of hard. I can watch maybe 4 hours at a stretch when I see or watch Netflix series like Narcos, or recently I watched Ozark, which was very good. It was so good that I think I broke my own record. Like 6 hours, I watched 7 hours. But that is for those are not movies, those are TV series with seasons, and each season has sometimes 10 parts, sometimes 12 parts, and each part is 1 hour long. And especially the name I mentioned, Narcos Colombia and Narcos Mexico, and Ozark, and Lost in Space, and Finding Anna, I think. These are really good series to watch on Netflix. So I was drifting apart again from the Avatar movie. I haven't have my reaction yet. I have my reaction, but I haven't told you yet. Just give me a second, because when I was about to drop the phone, my time was reset, so I don't know how much longer I'm walking. You know what? I don't feel like talking today anymore, because I think it's 30 minutes. I feel like it's 30 minutes. It's very warm right now, and I'm already sweating. So I'm gonna check the time. To check the time, I'm gonna have to stop the camera, and I'm thinking of finishing my vlog right now because of the sleep problem last night. If I have time left, I'm just gonna finish the time, and I'm over 30 minutes. I'm just gonna go. So this is Fluent Future signing off. Peace. Goodbye.